Hey, my name is Jem. What I do is pretty simple. I help business owners stop wasting money on dead end prospects and get verified leads that are pre qualified, ready to talk, and actually interested in what they're selling. I'm not in the business of selling random names. I'm in the business of handing you real opportunities. Now, let me tell you something most people won't admit out loud. Your competitors are buying leads at mass. Yep, they're spending money, sometimes thousands, on huge lists filled with generic, lukewarm prospects, hoping that somewhere inside there's a gem they can close. But here's the problem: those lists, they're old, recycled, and blasted by everyone else in your niche. So while your competitors are fighting over the same tired leads, you're left trying to pick up scraps, wondering why no one replies, why no one books calls, and why everyone seems not interested. So today I'm going to flip that entire dynamic for you. I'm going to show you how to beat your competitors to the best leads before they ever know those leads exist. And we're not doing it the spammy outreach way, shady scraping tools, or generic, hey, quick question messages everyone hates. We're going to do it strategically. And here's what we're covering today. Number one, hyper specific targeting, how to find leads so tailored to your offer that they can't ignore you. Number two, a high value lead magnet that attracts the right people like a magnet, not the wrong ones who just want more info. Number three, a simple outreach script, so clear and direct that it gets responses even from busy decision makers. And number four, a data driven prediction method to identify the people most likely to buy from you next. And the last one, step five, the compounding referral loop, how to turn one great lead into 10 more without extra work. By the time we're done today, you'll understand how businesses generate quality inbound leads on autopilot, not random names, not cold lists, but real conversations with decision makers who already want what you're offering. And hey, if you're listening and thinking, Jem, this is great, but I don't have the time to build all this myself, no worries. I've already done the work for you. If you want pre-qualified leads delivered directly to you in your CRM, there's a link in the description where you can grab them. All right, ready to outperform everyone in your niche? So let's begin. Before you ever think about buying leads, you need to learn how to hunt like a sniper, not a fisherman. Most businesses cast wide nets and hope someone bites. We're not doing that at all. Instead, let's start with the strategy that instantly separates winners from the herd: hyper-specific targeting. All right, the biggest mistake almost everyone makes in business makes, they try to sell to everyone. And when you sell to everyone, you sell to no one. Your competitors are out there buying massive lists like small business owners in Texas or restaurants in the US. To win, you need to go a little more micro, so targeted that it almost feels unfair. I call this the laser focus method. All right, it has three steps here. Define the niche, target family owned restaurants, Italian restaurants in the Dallas Fort Worth area that have been open for less than 5 years. Step two, find the pain point. Every niche has one dominant frustration. Our Italian example here, they can't land catering contracts for local corporate offices. And then step three, all right, we want to craft the offer. I help new family owned Italian restaurants in DFW get their first catering deals by reviewing their menu for free and giving them a list of 10 nearby corporations they can pitch today. This is perfect. All right, you're building relationships with people who feel like you understand their world here, and that's how you win, because these catering contracts are worth $50,000, $100,000, $200,000 per event. So these are really big contracts. All right. So now that you know exactly who to target and what matters to them, here's the next logical move. You need a way for those people to come to you without you chasing them, without begging for attention, and without burning hours manually prospecting. Which brings us directly into point number two, which is our high value lead magnet. We're creating a qualification filter here, a lead magnet that doesn't just collect emails, it separates the serious prospects from the tire kickers before you waste a second talking to them. All right, so let's break down how this works. All right, the first step is identify the costly problem. A real lead magnet solves a problem that's causing your ideal clients pain right now. Ask yourself, what are they Googling at 2 a.m.? What's making them say, if I don't fix this soon, this is going to hurt? What problem do they wish someone would just take off their plate? All right, these are the problems they face on a daily basis and constantly think about like a loop. Step two, create a tool, not a document. This is more about most businesses fall flat. A real lead magnet is a transformation. Create something interactive, something that gives your prospect a result, a diagnosis, or a custom insight in seconds. It should be like a calculator, a scorecard, a quiz, a benchmarking tool, or a self assessment. All right. This is powerful because tools require effort, and only people willing to invest a little effort are potential buyers. It's like magic. The form they fill becomes your automatic pre qualification system. Let's bring this to life. All right. This is a Florida hurricane pipe and insurance cost calculator, right? This tool asks a business owner for three things: their zip code, their property square footage, their current insurance deductible. Then it calculates how much damage a major storm could cost, what insurance could deny, and how much they could save by upgrading landscaping to meet hurricane resistant standards. You filtered out everyone who can't afford you, doesn't need you, or isn't ready to buy, because someone that uses this tool, and who's going to use this tool? I had not random mom and pop shops, not tiny budgets, only large commercial properties, high deductibles, owners that are terrified of hurricane season, and businesses with money on the line. In other words, your dream clients right there. You didn't just collect leads here, you filtered out everyone who can't afford you, doesn't need you, or isn't ready to buy. Your competitors are bragging about thousands of leads. You're smiling with 12 perfect ones and closing 8 of them. That's the power of a real lead magnet. Now that you got attention from the right people, not just anyone, but prospects who match your ideal profile and have already shown interest, the next step, you need to reach out in a way that feels human. All right? Not scripted, not salesy, and definitely not one of those robotic copy paste messages everyone deletes. Let's talk about the outreach script that gets replies from even busy decision makers. The 3 sentence outreach script. All right. The best outreach is short, respectful, and laser focused on the prospect, not you. It shows that you understand their situation, can provide value, and aren't asking for a huge commitment. All right. This is important. And it only takes 3 sentences. Here's the structure. Sentence 1, the observation. I noticed your company, you insert company name, recently opened a new branch in city. Sentence 2, the value proposition. We specialize in helping new branches like yours quickly establish local vendor relationships to cut initial setup costs by 15%. Sentence 3, the low friction CTA. Would it be worth a quick 5-minute call next Tuesday to see if we can do the same for you? All right, this is why this works. All right, it's simple, but incredibly disarming. This whole setup, it tells them you know who they are, you're paying attention. This message is not a copy paste template. And the moment someone feels seen, this is where their guard drops. Now you bridge what you observed to how you can help. This is not a pitch, it's a connection between their reality and your solution. Example, we specialize in helping new branches like yours quickly establish local relationships to cut initial setup costs by 15%. Notice a few things here. All right, it's specific, it's not vague, and it's directly to the situation. All right, it quantifies the potential benefit, not the service. All right, not the process. No fluff, no buzzwords, just relevance. All right. You're not asking them to buy here as a whole. Like when you combine these 3 sentences, you're just asking them to take a look. And that tiny step is all you need to convert curiosity into conversation, because 5 minutes is not a big time investment, right? That tiny 3 sentence script is powerful. You've got a message that feels personal, respects their time, and opens the door for a real conversation. But here's the thing, even a perfect message falls flat if it lands in the wrong inbox. So how do you know who to send it to next? How do you identify not just leads, but leads who are most likely to buy? This is where the real magic happens, which leads us to point number 4, using data to predict your next best customer. Hidden inside your own client history is a secret map, a blueprint showing you exactly who's most likely to buy from you again. You stop chasing random opportunities here and start targeting prospects who behave just like your best buyers. All right, this is why we do this stuff, and here's how you uncover it. Step 1, analyze your top 10 clients, the ones who paid the most, closed the fastest, required the least hand holding, referred others without being asked, renewed their services, or upgraded. Step 2, extract the common denominators. Look for patterns: industry, team size, location, software tools used, business longevity, trigger for needing your service. Step 3, create a lookalike profile. If your top clients are all B2B software companies in the San Francisco Bay Area with 50 to 100 employees who use HubSpot, you have a predictive model here. All right? Just pattern recognition here, so we know how our next clients might look like. And we're filtering here, right? We're actively eliminating people who wouldn't buy from us in the first place. And this is not just marketing, this is how we do scalable deal flow. And here's where everything comes full circle, because once you land that perfect client, the client who matches your profile, loves what you do, and actually gets results, the next question becomes, how do you turn one win into a predictable flow of opportunities? How do you go from one great customer to 10 more just like them? Let's talk about what I consider the most powerful strategy of all of them, which is the 1 to 10 referral system. Referrals don't happen by accident. You engineer them by making the process effortless for your clients, so effortless that it feels like the referral benefits them, not you. Everyone knows referrals are gold. All right, you engineer them here, and you do it by making the process effortless for everyone. All right, so here's the system. Step 1, over deliver on the initial promise. Deliver more than what they paid for. Faster results, smoother process, clarity, and the easiest vendor they've ever worked with. Step 2, the soft ask here. All right, at the peak of happiness, the best moment is right when the client feels the win, the emotional spike. Your ask should be soft, subtle, and framed as a gift, not a favor. All right, let's make this real. You just helped a small manufacturing company in Brooklyn secure a $500K line of credit. I'm so glad we secured that line of credit for you. I know how stressful that process can be. I'm currently helping two other manufacturing owners in NYC dealing with similar challenges. Would you mind if I mentioned your name to them as a trusted contact in the industry? I'd love to connect them with you. You position the referral here as an opportunity for them to look influential, a chance for them to help others, and a networking advantage. All right. This is perfect. Great. All right. I'm so glad we went through everything here today. So before we wrap up, let's do a quick recap of the system we just built. All right. The first thing we looked at is hyper-specific targeting. So you stop shouting into the void and start speaking directly to the right people. Step 2, the high-value lead magnet that filters out tire kickers and attracts serious prospects. Step 3, the 3-sentence outreach script, short, respectful, and designed to get replies. Step 4, data-driven lookalike profiling so you never guess who to target again. Step 5, the 1 to 10 referral system, turning a single win into a lead generation engine. Now let's go deeper than just the summary. Each one of these pieces isn't a standalone trick. They form a compounding machine. Hyper-specific targeting ensures you're not wasting energy here. The lead magnet pulls ideal buyers towards you instead of you chasing them. The outreach script opens real conversations instead of awkward sales pitches. The data profile ensures those conversations happen with your highest probability buyers. And the referral system creates exponential growth, turning every sale into a breeding ground for more deals. This isn't theory. This is how businesses scale without ads, without burnout, and without gambling on cold lists. Now, if all this sounds powerful, but you're thinking, Jem, I don't have the time to build all of this, good news, you don't have to. I already have verified, pre-qualified leads in multiple industries, decision makers who match proven buyer profiles, have real intent, and are ready for conversations today. If you want to shortcut months of trial and error and go straight into opportunities, click the links below. Grab a batch of leads or book a call and let my team build your lead gen machine for you. No guessing, no scraping, no cold lists, just real prospects who can buy. If you found this valuable, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. I drop strategies like this all the time. And if you don't want to miss the next one, just stay tuned in. Thanks for watching. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.